Hello everyone, this is Arvin. Welcome back. I'm just successfully walked back because as my last episode, I just made a bunch of errors there when I setting the Docker on Windows Server. But now, as you can see, I have all my examples ready. I have all the issues figured out. And today, this episode 3 will walk you through everything and every detail point I had last time. So let's go take a look at it. But first thing, before I start talking about the detail, if you want to know how I setting the Docker container with Apache and Tomcat setting on a Windows machine, you can go to my GitHub. There is a project repository called Docker Apache. So if you click this, you will find out the file I prepared for you guys, and you can see the README file there. I have a bunch of command and process, how I'm set up there, what kind of point you need to keep in mind. So here's where you can find out the detail, and later under this episode 3 I will post this link there. Then this is a differently I open to everybody, so welcome. If you have something else, you can just leave a message on my GitHub channel, or either go back to my video. Under there, episode 3, you can give me some kind of idea what kind of things you would like to find out during the setup process, what kind of error you're hitting there. So, okay, and ends up here. Let's go talk about the Docker and Apache and Tomcat connection through proxy paths. First things, let's go take a look at the Apache. So, as last time, I have the Apache set up. Once you have this link clicked, you will find that Apache works, right? Then, if you go back to the Tomcat, this is a Tomcat, right? This is a Tomcat, and I give a 8080, which means this Tomcat walk through the 8080 port. So we can take a look at this one. This is a Tomcat 8080. And I have another one, Tomcat 8009. And if you all kind of has a little bit background about the Tomcat setting there, you know the 8009 port is references to the AJP. By using AJP to connect with Apache, also this will be covered by my next episode. But today I'm going to cover the Apache first. So on here, you can definitely go to here. You can see I only opened 8009 port, so which means if you go to here, you won't get anything. But if you go back to the Apache, then I have the project called innet, then get the proxy path there. So you can say, hey, I point back to the Tomcat, right, through the AJP port. Okay. Let's take a look at the Apache part first. And where I'm going to go, I need a gate. I just go back to here, then to here. I'm just trying to save me a little bit time. So as usual, let's check out the image first from the Docker, my local Docker library. So what I have Tomcat, right? I have Apache. I have another version of Tomcat, maybe, but definitely I will use this one for my entire session for the Docker. Okay, first things, what we need to keep in mind. First things, once you want to set up a Apache server, right? So connector with AJP. What are you gonna do? You need what? You need virtual, right? You need a virtual host configuration file. Then how are you going to make the virtual host file? on your Apache server. At here, I have the configure file. Then we can look at the on the Apache HTTP configure file, what kind of line you need to add there. You don't want to paste everything on this, Apache original configuration file, right? Some things it will mess up the entire file. But we can give a direction says, okay, Apache server, I have additional location that you need to go over there to load the configuration file. So what you're gonna do, you just open this, right? I already if you download my GitHub repository, this file already contains this line. It's called include operation. What? Load from where? Load from the configuration file, sites, anything .configure file, right? So this line means the Apache server will go to the configure sites to load the extra configuration file for you, rather than you have anything posted here. Then let's go take a look at the example I posted in my repository. Which one? The localhost, right? So I named it as localhost. Let's take a look at the virtual host as here the named localhost. Virtual host as localhost. Let's take a look at it on here. This name kind of saying you can ignore. Either you can put localhost on here, you can put localhost on here too. Then you just point out where your error log should be stored and what kind of level you should be cached over there. Then this is a load the proxy path mode, right? Then open the proxy engine. Then you have these on the new Tomcat and Apache through the AJP side. You need to very be careful when you're setting for some kind of like manually setting, like you didn't go somewhere to download it, right? You install manually with the Tomcat server. You can just put the proxy path and until here ends up here, and this one is same ends up here. But if you use some non-manual, you install either from yarn or either you install from the app.get. You definitely need to very be careful the setting there with the secret, because somehow after the Tomcat new version 8 point some kind of, I cannot exactly remember the version there, it requires you and the Apache to have this secret setting to make this connection, like key pairs there. If you have this key, if I have Apache has this key, Tomcat has that key, if those two keys pair, then they can make a connection. Otherwise, they can't get the connection there. Okay, but today is about the Apaches, right? So how are we going to have those things sitting on a brand new machine there? We can walk through these images. So today I'm going to talk about two ways to setting those. One is manually, as my repository README file explained. Another way is through a Docker file. The first thing is maybe delete something really quick first. Docker image, Docker remove image. But first thing, check out if there is something like a container already use it. Okay, we need to stop this one. What would be the command? Right, stop. This. Stop it. Then after you stop the container, then you can delete the image. But I would like to do something more clean. Container remove. I also want to remove this repository, this container. Okay, delete it. Then we go back to remove the image. I'm going to just directly use the ID. I don't need to type the name and tag. Okay, it deleted. So what we have now, Docker images. Okay, we have that local Apache gone, right? Then let's check out the container. Okay, that one's gone too. So from here, I need to to delete all those three things together. I'm going to docker stop. This one, docker stop. This 8009. Then remove them. Yeah, get removed. Container get removed. Let's check out what kind of container still remaining there. That is the original one, 8080 and 80, right? Okay, let's go start with the new one. So how are we going to make the Apache and the Tomcat get connected? Here today I'm only going to talk about the Apache. So from the Apache, let's check out what we have on the default repository. We have those things, but I'm going to walk you through the line by line manually command line to set up that. So Docker, first thing is check out the images. If we have the Apache ready, we have the Apache 2.4 ready. Okay, we have that one. But by the way, there is another thing I want to talk about before I start this. I would like to talk about container volume mount. What is Docker container volume mount? That is, somehow you can have a persistent location and storage rather than you have everything stored on the container, right? It looks like just like a clone. You have two folders, like a Linux server, you have like a folder link. So from one point to another point, right? So during your configuration on Apache, you don't want to always to copy some kind of file into the container that restart the server, right? You can just easily use the volume mount to have Docker container inside of a location linked to outside one of your persistent paths. But on Windows, it's kind of a tricky things. On Windows, so your Docker server is started by this application, right? So when you mount the Docker inside path to the outside your Windows path, you have to just keep in mind, very, very important. Otherwise, you will have this value mount fail. That is, to have this application base path set there as a prefix. What does that mean? I will show you later. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, Docker, what is that command? Docker run, right? I use dit. What kind of the dit means? You can definitely, once you want to know, you can just right here, Docker run help, then it will tell you what is the T means, what is the I means, what is another D, detach running in the background. Okay, Docker run, this is kind of shortcut for me. Then I have the pour. So by the way, what kind of pour we already use on Windows, right? We need to check it out before we running that. Docker run, then pour 8083 match to 80, right? Give a name HTTP or either Apache, right? We have Apache. Okay, Apache. Well, I already used it. Apache. I'm going to use HTTPD because it's kind of shortcut there. Then what are you gonna use? You're gonna use the image 2.4, right? You have this get set up, so you run it. Then what you gonna have? You will have this Apache, another Apache running there. So let's go take a look. Is that another Apache? If it's running successful, yeah, it's running successful. Then what are you going to do? Just did you still remember? I still now copy the configure file, the new HTTP configuration and the site localhost into the container. Right now, I'm going to tell you how we're going to copy a file from outside of the container into the container. Docker copy, that is the command. Then what? We're going to know the path. Configure, we have HTTP. Copy to where? Copy to HTTPD, the container name. Then where? Match to where? Match to, I cannot remember that path. I'm going to back to my repository, just copy that name. Okay, this is the path from the inside, right? So let's go take a look at it. I'm going to copy that one, that file on my Windows server into the container. And what kind of different? The difference is my local Windows file has that one include the load extra configure file line, right? Inside it doesn't, because I start a new one. So I copied it. If you don't see anything, that's right, it's copied successful into there. So how are you going to check it? We're going to use execute, right? We use this. Then we're going to this container. Then writing this on Windows, and if you use Git, you have to use 2 / instead of 1 /. Otherwise, you cannot get in there. Another thing is you need to use window party. That's kind of either Windows property or Windows party. I just gave it a short, kind of a easy call there. Say that one will lead you over there. Otherwise, it will ask you to put the window pty in front of the Docker to allow you to get inside of the Docker container. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the configure file. Then we're going to cat this http.configure file. See if the outside file get copied inside of there. Yeah, it's there, which means we're successful. Okay, let's go get outside. Then what you're going to do? You're going to copy the size folder into the Apache configure file, which located at the HTTP container, right? So we're going to use the same command, but just different path, right? We're going to copy this file folder into this direction. And on Linux, you usually will put -r to represent a like folder copy over. But on Docker, you just use copy. Oh, oops, something's wrong. It says cannot copy. Create file. The system cannot find the file specific. It might be this. One more /. Let's try that out. No, still no. Then what are we going to do? We're going to one more step inside. See if we can copy this entire folder to here. Oh, still won't allow me to copy over there, right? But however, Docker, let's say the system cannot find the file specifically. Maybe I should put the sites here, then put the local. Do I have the local there? Oh, yeah, I don't have that folder here. That's why. Okay. Localhost to the site. See if this command get right, because I didn't define this folder under the inside of the Docker container. But let's see if this command will like automatically to create that folder for me. Okay. It seems like runs successfully. Then let's go inside, take a look at if that folders exist. Okay, we have configure. Then we go to configure. Do I have the site? Yes, it will automatically to create the site. Then go into the site. What we have? Oh no, cd site. It's not. It says it's not a folder. That's why. Yeah. Maybe I need to mark my local repository a little bit different because that is site. I just put there, drop that into the sites, then just right here remove the sites. Okay, it got removed. Okay, let's go back to the previous command. I'm going to copy this folder into here. Okay, now it found it. Let's go back into there, see if it's there. Okay, sites there, but we can do this ART to see if it's a folder. Yes, it is a direction. It is a folder. Let's go to the sites. Well, we have location there. Then let's just get the location. We have everything sitting there, and you can see here. This one maybe we need to modify this a little bit because the internal IP might be a little bit different because I literally just deleted a container with the IP this one. But for the future episode, I will to walk somehow to make this configuration as dynamically to find out the IP address. It will go through the Docker compose YAML file. Yep, that's something I just recently researched a little bit over there. Okay, let's go back to the outside on my Windows machine. We have everything there. Then what we're gonna do, we need to create a Tomcat, right? Tomcat Docker images. We need a Tomcat. Before we create the Tomcat, we need to know what kind of port we have. Okay, we need to create a Tomcat, right? Running through the 8009. Run same command, same 8084, then go through the 8009, then what? Then give a name, Tomcat 8009. From where? Tomcat, from this one. So another key point you need to either keep in mind or either write it down. Very important. Every time when you're putting a Tomcat image from the Docker Hub, right? This Tomcat pure clean on the server file on the Tomcat server.configure file. The default 8009 port didn't get open. Once you want to get open, you need to manually copy that file into there. Okay. Alright, let's check out this command. Command's right, we have the port forward right, we have the names right, everything's right. Enter. Okay, we will have the Tomcat running there. This is the Tomcat. How are we going to figure out the Tomcat server file? Right now, I'm just direct copy, but later I will give you not next episode, just this episode. It's fine. Let's just go take a look at the inside. Let's go to let me just cat this. Docker worker Docker Tomcat. What we have configure. Let's go to configure. What we have next? Oh no. What we have next? We have service, right? We just kept it there. So on the, I haven't uploaded the Tomcat repository there, but this is something next thing I'm going to upload to my Docker Tomcat repository. You can see here, this is the configuration, right? I have the secret defined here, secret required. I have the port 8009 right here. Another thing, if you don't mark the address as 0.0.0.0, this because I'm using IP4, I'm not using IP6. If you're using IP6, it would be semicolon 1 as represent to anywhere. But using IP4 0000, it represents to anywhere, right? Okay, notice we have these files here. Next thing is what? We're going to copy into the Tomcat, right? Docker copy this to where? Tomcat 8009, right? We go into, oh crap, I don't remember the exactly path. I'm just copy this. Copy. I'm going to inside to find out the path. Execute. Usually it's under user, but I cannot exactly remember where. Just in case, make sure, double check. Tomcat 8009 bash. Keep in mind Windows, you need Windows property, something like that. Get inside of Tomcat. Okay, you have Tomcat, then we're going to configure, then get this, pwd, then we get exist, then we copy our previous command there. Yeah, we remove this because we need this file to cover the inside of configure server file. Okay, we did. Then we're just going to check. Do we have the file get successfully copied over? Yes. Opened it, right? Exist. Then what? We have those things get set up. So we need to restart the Tomcat first. Docker restore Tomcat 8009. Then how are you going to check out the Tomcat, the port? You use Docker inspect Tomcat 8009. Yep. This is the inside of the Tomcat. So another key point. So if you have the Apache and Tomcat both running on as a Docker image, you can just literally use this Docker internal network bridge, like internal IP address, to make them, make a connection. So we know this is 5. What we're going to do, we're going to mark the Tomcat side on the Apache side here is 5. Then, because I didn't change the secret, and we can also change here as localhost. Just do that. So we have everything's being set up. So, but we modify this. We have to copy this file over again. How are you going to do? Find out the previous command. To copy over, right? Yeah, definitely. I forgot the size there because I'm on the configure. This will be the over there. Then Docker Apache also needs to be restarted. Okay. Both get restarted. Then what? We have Apache running. We have, let's go there. Not Apache. I need another HTTPD. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, different port. Yeah, it works. Let's check it out. The reverse proxy if it's work, or the proxy path if it work. No, it doesn't work. Let's see what's going on there. Docker say, okay, we have this ready. We have this 8004 ready. We have the 8009 ready. We have restarted. Oh, in it. I literally just forgot to copy over another thing. Okay, so Tomcat, once you restart, create a new Tomcat container, everything's pure. Even the root folder, there's no root folder. So we need to copy that over again. We need to copy that over there. Web apps to copy what? To copy root folder over. Okay, now let's go back to see if init works. Init still not working. Let's go inside of the Tomcat to see what's going on there. Cd web app. Right, we have web app. Okay, we have the rule. Well, we have index. Go back to check the secret if the secret is also right. Secret is ending there as ZOIA. Let's go back to check out the Tomcat configure file. See, yeah, the same one, the path is right, everything's right. Another thing is, if you want to check out if the Tomcat has the 008 port open, we need to do this. We need to download net tool first, then to check the port if it's open. This is how we troubleshoot, right? Docker install net dash tools. Oh, I forgot to put a. Okay, it still works. Stay to see. Yep. 8009 open, then to anywhere. Next thing is we're going to go back to check the Apache. On Apache, while we check, we're going to check the configure sites get local, see if the files get loaded over. Yes, it gets loaded over. Is that because of this name? Let's try restart all server. Docker restart Tomcat 8009. Git restart. Then HTTPD, the new container for the Apache server. Okay, everything's get restarted. Now we go back to the website. Apache running successful. Let's see. Yeah, see? AJP port get connected. So what we're going to cover next, it would be something, but I will save that topic for my next episode. That would be how you're going to use mount, value mount to manage some container file that you don't need to try the copy command over from your Windows machine to the Docker container inside. So let's wait for my next episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Goodbye.